Hey, hi, Vitanki. Name is Hoša, and I'm here to react to anime and things. Attack on Titan, Season 1, Episode 10. In the previous one, we were shown the process of Eren turning into a Titan. He was eaten and subsequently turned into a Titan himself to get out of a Titan's stomach. So, some answers were given to us, but the process was shown only on its face, so to speak. So we don't know why it happened, how it is even possible in the first place. And the crew decided to keep this miraculous healing of the swallowed Eren via turning into a Titan a secret from the troops, which did not work. But the interesting part is that Eren does not remember how he did it, and the only thing that reminded him of this process was the key, the Schrodinger's key, that shouldn't be with him in the first place. It wasn't until in episode something, I don't remember the number of it, but he had a dream after which the key was suddenly around his neck with no explanation other than this dream featured, well, dream, I say that, but who the hell knows what that was. This dream featured his dad, Dr. Jaeger, and the last episode did as well, with us finding out that Dr. Jaeger injected Eren with something as a child to impact his memory in some way, and that is somehow connected to Eren being able to become a Titan. It seems that my suspicions about Dr. Jaeger and his scheming in the background were confirmed, basically, and the key is what triggered Eren's episode of remembering the injection and remembering how to turn into a Titan in the first place. So yeah, suspicious does not even begin to cover it. But anyway, like the video, subscribe to the channel for more reactions to both anime and other miscellaneous stuff, comment anything that's not a spoiler down below, and for full reactions and early access to them, go to patreon.com/hoshareacts. Find some fun stuff. On to the episode. The struggle for Trost. Response. That's debatable. It's the chicken and the egg problem. I think it's both, but the moral implications of that are heavy to say the least. Trauma works like that, yes. Is she? I laugh, but that would complicate matters. And it just did. He definitely makes for a spectacle. It's falling apart, and it's not fully formed either. Why? He's unconscious again. Must be so freaky to be in this position, not knowing what's going on at all. Titan's corpses vaporize. Nice to know. Something doesn't add up. The voice of reason as usual. And where is he going? So it's an intrinsic part of him. I don't know what I'd do in this situation, honestly. I'm just as conflicted as they are. They're too afraid to do that. Because he's doing it again. That isn't the case, actually. Not. Mental barriers are a difficult thing to overcome. Yeah. Very much so. He's going to convince them here that Eren's ability is useful and not a threat to them, at least. Ah, so that's how Annis was there. I didn't know that. I didn't put two and two together. He's the brains of the whole operation, in fact. Go, Armin. Practical. What's he playing at? Yes. Wait, that's a good point. He's outmatched. Yeah. They're not going to listen to him. He's being perceived as erratic right now. Armin is such a sly fox. Who knew? See, Armin is much better at this whole giving speeches thing than Eren is. What a mad lad. He's actively undermining this guy's authority, and everyone is agreeing with him. Oh, is that the tray? Oh no, it's Pyxis. What is this something? Both? Why not both? He's weird. I don't trust him for some reason. Reminding him of what he's trying to protect. He doesn't exactly realize that Eren doesn't want to protect anything at this point in time. He just wants to destroy the Titans. That was interesting. It confirmed a few of my suppositions, first of which being that Eren has no idea what he's doing, and second, that Armin has the power of conviction on his side, and enemy, and God. And he's not afraid of anything. Well, I mean, he's afraid of everything, but this is like the Usopp problem, meaning he's very much braver than anyone else by virtue of being afraid of so many things and still overcoming this fear and moving on. He managed to convince, I'd say, the vast majority of the people there trying to execute Eren, and Mikasa and him for aiding and abetting, basically. And now it's not going to happen, at least for now. Like I said, I don't know why, but I don't necessarily trust Commander Pyxis. I'd say that he has his reasons, but as long as I don't know what those reasons are, I'm not going to trust him. He seems like someone with his own agenda, following his own lead, and not necessarily convention, if that makes sense. Now, sometimes that's a good thing, sometimes not so much. So, yeah, I'll withhold my judgment for now. So, Eren is now an asset, potentially, that is. I don't know what Pyxis is going to do if Eren doesn't manage to plug the hole in the wall. Well, I mean, if he tries to do that, that's one thing. But if he can't even manage to turn into a Titan, because he basically has no idea how to do it properly, I don't know what Pyxis' actions are going to be then. So there's a question. Also, good for Armin, honestly. He was so down this whole time. I'd say he's a pretty anxious person, generally speaking. And anxious people with a lot of potential have a lot of fear to overcome to reach said potential. But I think that Armin has just made the first step towards exactly that. So, like I said, good for him. And hats off to the properly scheming commander. I don't feel like he's saying it how it is, if you will. But he's very much a people person. He's a good manager of nothing else. I can tell you that much from this little interaction he had with Armin and Eren on top of the wall. But yeah, I still don't trust him. But apparently Titans are coming from the south, and Trost is in the south, and he's the commander of the whole region. So his position is quite a difficult one to hold. And while this commander guy did a good thing from our point of view, because we are viewing this world through Eren's eyes most of the time, that is, I suspect, a test on multiple levels, actually. First of them being, if he can turn into a Titan in the first place, can he control the transformation? Or was that a random occurrence with no input on his part, consciously at least? And second of all, whether or not he can control himself as a Titan and not just straight up eat people. That's two levels to it. And the third one, I suspect, is not simply... I got a bug. Why, there's so many bugs here. Moving on. The third level to all of it is, I suspect, the test of whether or not the Titan-Eren is sentient, or sapient, better said, and to what extent the Titan-Eren is willing to follow commands. Because an uncontrollable asset is not an asset, it's a threat. That's the basic definition. So let's see what happens next. Idle. Do or do not. There is no try. What does that have to do with anything? Anyway. It's a good one still. Yeah, people are people. So what will it be? all of them are in for quite a shock, I suspect. Yeah, difficult situations. Huh. Yeah, but that's just the thing. They've shown time and time again by this point that they are able of destroying their walls. Huh. Well, that might be true for a time. But that time would be very short-lived. Surprise, mother... I'm sorry. He's in for quite a shock as well. And that it is put on the spot, in every sense of the word. Everyone will know who he is. Ooh, yeah, lying. Lovely. What was your plan to begin with? This is like the most obvious strategy in the world. Were you planning anything before Armin came to you just now? Poor Sasha. Again. He's wise. Like I said, he's a good manager. Because those too traumatized to act will just be eaten. At best, and at worst, will serve as a distraction for other people to die. That was his grandpa, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. I have a feeling that he knows something we don't. Like I said, he gives up the feeling of knowing more than he says. I will not be able to remember those names. Excuse me? Okay. But he won't be alone. Yeah, but that was a lie. How many people are aware? I mean, how many people are aware of the truth? Coddled is not what I'd call him. But, okay, whatever floats your boat. Headstrong is the word I'd use, personally. Why, gee, thanks. That was exactly what he needed in this situation. More pressure. Why do they keep calling him pampered and sheltered and whatever? Is he trying to use this opportunity for promotion or something? I'm very suspicious of his motives. Still. Ooh, pretty. Cool. 3D mapping. Why is it green? Huh. It's not fully formed though, I don't think. Huh? No, it is. What now? Huh? Yeah, that's what I was saying. This test is threefold, if it can be called a test, because a lot of people's lives are in danger. So that was episode 11. Yeah, this one was mostly talking and speeches, and people trying to convince Eren that he has a silver spoon in his mouth or something like that. I don't really get it, why they're saying that to him, but moving away from that for a second, I think he's just failed. If it's not a fake out, that is. I think Eren's just failed test number, whatever it was, I don't remember the number I gave it. Titan-Eren being able to listen to orders and not just follow his own directive. That is unknown and unknowable to anyone but Eren himself. And he evidently does not remember what he did and how he did it the first two times. So, Was he able to like turn whilst thinking about his objective? I don't know. No one does. Not even Eren, I don't think. It's going to be interesting either way, whether he succeeds or fails. It's just that, well, it can go both ways, judging by what we've seen before in this series. Yeah, but as I've mentioned multiple times during this episode, Pyxis gives me a lot of mixed signals. I'm not sure why exactly, but he just does. The thing is, his speech was it reminded me of corporate speak. You know? So I don't know what he's after. I mean, he can just be extremely passionate about regaining territory and humanity as a whole, but for some reason I do not believe that. That may be a part of it, but it's definitely not the whole truth. And Eren being made the focal point of this whole operation in front of everyone, that is, yeah, I get now why I'm so suspicious of Pyxis. I've just made the connection. Thing is, usually when planning military operations, people like foot soldiers do not get to know the whole plan. It never happens. They know their part and maybe the squad on their left's part. Or something like that. They never know the whole strategy, if that makes sense. They don't need to, and it usually impedes the progress more than it helps in any way. So Pyxis is giving the whole garrison this grand speech, making everyone aware of what's happening and what's going on, and that Eren is the focal point of all of it from beginning to end. Yeah, that's why I said corporate speak and not military speak at all. This was a motivational speech, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't the kind that you'd expect in the military. So yeah, I now kind of understand where the suspicion came from initially. But anyway, like the video, subscribe to the channel for more reactions to anime and other miscellaneous stuff. Comment anything that's not a spoiler down below. And for more reactions and early access to them, visit patreon.com/hoshareacts. Go there, find some fun stuff. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.